Good afternoon. I actually have a few things that I want to discuss because I want the world to get to know more about me and who I am, and I want people to know my thoughts on different topics. So, here's the very first topic. How do we narrow the gap between the rich and poor? Well, my answer to that is how do we narrow the gap between the rich and poor? Well, first of all, we need to find a middle ground between the rich and poor. In my own opinion, I don't necessarily think that it should really be a such thing as rich and poor because when it comes to the poor people, I feel that a lot of poor people don't get as many. What's the word? They don't get as many opportunities as rich people do. And I just feel that when it comes to rich people, I feel that there should be at least some kind of compromise made to where everyone is at least getting some type of equal treatment to where everyone can just be on the same middle ground. And that's the only response that I have for that. Um, the second topic is political correctness helping or hurting the country. I feel it's kind of both. I feel that in a way it is hurting the country because there's a lot of different systematic um, things that the world goes by, that a lot of traditional systematic things that the world goes by. And I feel that whenever that is challenged or whenever someone doesn't go along with that systematic traditional type of thing, then people get judged very, very harshly. Um, but at the same time, depending on what it is, I guess it really depends on if it's really going to hurt it. I could give a great example, like, for example, the modeling industry. Okay, politically, the industry is set up for it to only be skinny models because they feel that you should only have a skinny look or a slender look in order to be considered sexy and attractive by society. And to me, that's something I stand against. I feel that people are beautiful in all shapes and forms and sizes, and that's not being politically correct. That's actually speaking the truth and having a good open mind. I feel there's a difference between having an open mind towards something and being politically correct about something. So, yes, being politically correct can hurt the country in a lot of ways depending on what it is. Um, you don't necessarily have to be politically correct to get a job done. Now, the third topic, um, ways ways to improve race relations in the United States. Well, first of all, we all have to look at each other as the human race. We have to stop seeing each other as black and white. Even though we do come from different cultures and different traditional roots within, stemming all the way back to our ancestors, we have to all view each other as equal. And I feel that within the United States, and not only the United States but within the world, with it being such a with so much racial tension and race being a problematic issue, I feel that people need to stop seeing each other as being better than someone just because of their skin color. I feel in 2017 there shouldn't even be any more issues regarding race. Now, the next topic. Changes I would like to see with women's roles. Well, I know that women have come a very, very long way of being treated very um, unequal by this world. Some women feel that we live in a misogynistic world where, women are not given the same equal opportunities as men. And I feel that women should have every right to do what they want to do. They should have every right to put their mind to doing what they want to do. If a woman wants to be a construction worker, or if she wants to, you know, bring the money home to keep food in the house, honestly, I feel that that's something that she should do. However, there's certain things I don't think that women should do. Like, for example, when it comes to domestic violence, I don't feel that it's okay for women to put their hands on men, but men can't defend themselves. To me, I feel that is a double standard. So I feel that there's a lot of things that I am for with women, but there's certain things that I'm not for when it comes to women. Like, I'm not with the double standards. Next topic. Teenage mothers. Should teenage mothers collect welfare? That's really something I can't really touch. I'm not a judgmental person. Um, yes, we are responsible for our actions. And yes, we are responsible for the decisions that we make. So, with that being said, should they get welfare? Um, to me, it just really all depends. I don't think it should just freely be handed out to any and everyone, just because they lay down and get knocked up. But I do believe that it should be available to those that really deserve it. That's my opinion. Um, is there a need for controversy? Is the need for controversy bad for sports? I'm not going to necessarily say it's bad for sports, but at the same time, it's not really good either. Because there's some things that could be blown out of proportion by the media, and there's lots of different things that can come to surface that maybe isn't really necessary or doesn't really need to be talked about, but it's talked about. So I feel that it's a fine line between that. I do feel that there are some things that do deserve to come to light, but if I had to pick one, I would probably say most of the time controversy can be bad for sports because people can really put too much thought into things and they can really take things out of context. Number seven, 40% of American women with children earns less than men. So, what does that say about society? Well, that's basically telling me that society still kind of has this gauge over men to where they feel that men should be the only ones that should be the breadwinner. And honestly, I feel that regardless if you're the man or woman, you need to get your butt up and get a job and you need to be doing something, Don't lay around the house expecting someone to do something else. That's my own opinion. Now, the last topic, government tracking on cell phones. Is it fair or not? Um, to be honest, I prefer not to have government tracking on my cell phone because I really prefer not to have people hearing my conversations because there could be lots of different things that I can talk about that I wouldn't want anyone else's business to know. So honestly, I do feel that is an invasion of privacy, and I just feel that there's other ways that the government can go about finding out information instead of tracking down people's cell phones. That's just my opinion. So, how do you guys feel about that?